So I'm gonna do it with the ball, but I wanted to show you the difference why we're doing it with the ball. But I'm just gonna look at the balance and the vestibular. Now this is my argument about all the stuff I could be doing to you, I could be doing to you in standing, but gravity is my enemy. So no
Yeah.
matter what, you're, like I said, you're kind of fighting a little bit where to place the hands.
Yeah.
But I just want you to show, this is a shift over to the each knee at the moment. So feel the difference? So with that, I'm gonna put you over the ball to alleviate the stresses of gravity so you can lean on the ball like a big kid. So, excuse me.
I need to put my hands there.
You don't have to if you don't want to. Right now, I'm just looking for you to lean because I'm working on the vestibular. Now you're like a kid. And I'm going to work. And I'm including now the conversation of the balance, the counterbalance, but now going much more into an obvious vestibular. So that's why I'm putting you on all fours. No offense, I wouldn't take normal people of age and say, come on, get on my table on all fours. Because just that alone, you'd think I was asking a bungee jump. But you're in shape, so I don't care.
Your feet are okay like this?
Yes, I actually like them like this, and you're gonna see where I'm gonna add in the rotation. What I'm doing right now is at least to let your vestibular know that you're okay. I go a little bit to the right, I go a little bit to the left, you're not gonna fall down.
The way I place my head is important or?
Nope. The answer to that is yes and no. Of course, the way you put your head on the ball.
Because if it's like this, I am like,
Right, you're already changing the
Like,
complexity of
yeah.
the vertebrae, but still, you still need to balance on your system. So my point is, no beings are symmetrical, and I want that variation. So I welcome it. A lot of people fight it as practitioners. And would you like a towel on the ball for your head? Or are you okay just on the plastic? Now I have a lesson that I've done of this with Graham, also on the site. So you can see it with the kid playing around more so. So now I'm gonna come into here. So what I'm doing here, now I'm not gonna stay with, let's say, for the left side. So feel how immediately I go after the rotation. So I'm going in to the top part of the arch, top meaning this is the top, this is the bottom, or towards the heel, and see how I rotate in towards the knee. What I'm
okay, it
looking,
means the heel goes inside.
right,
The heel goes right to the table.
right, I'm going in towards your groin. But already, look at the difference now of the shift of the pelvis. Do you start to feel it?
Yeah.
Now, again, just so you know, and I'm moving the chair, see, even just to pick up this foot, and what it feels like on this side.
Nothing goes wrong.
Yeah. But also what I'm doing is starting to free up the knee. Do you feel how there's also resistance, like if I pull the leg out? So the standing in the knee isn't as nice as I'd like to see it. In other words, as a baby, you should be able to be standing on your knee right now, and I should be able to flop your foot all over the place, if you were a little kid. But for some reason, you're fixing. Now I get it that the patella is thicker on the kids, you know, the fatty tissue, and that's why they're not on bony knees, but you are on a 3-inch table and padded, it's not like I have you. The reason I like the feet off the table, because this would really tighten the glutes by having the foot along the table.
Yeah.
So I bring it the feet hanging out. If I were to prop someone on the side of my table, I would put padding underneath this part of the leg,
Yeah.
again, to suspend the feet. So notice how now I'm doing like a little push me, pull me through the foot, letting the knee rotate over the pelvis.
You just push it and pull it, or you rotate us?
It's a rotate, but it's a rotate like if the clock was on the table. So I'm rotating this way, do you feel it? So I'm bringing the rotation, or like the foot into standing. Do you feel that? So it's here as a pronated, and I bring it more into standing. So I'm not doing this. This is a straight on push-pull.
Yeah.
So I see how I bring the foot into standing and push at the same time. So now I'm coming up the leg, but I'm going to do something quite interesting. I'm going to come underneath the sit bone here. Now I can't go too hard because I'm going to just roll the ball. So since I can't apply pressure because of the ball, I'm looking to rotate the ankle in and sort of push in your sit bone towards your coccyx. And come back. Now again, this is a very, very subtle move. Very similar to when you were on the side of the spine and I was pushing and pulling on the spine. You have to allow it to happen.
And why do you do that?
What I'm doing is, first of all, for you to learn how to wag your tail, but also that subtlety, there you go. See how now you can
Yeah.
start shifting the pelvis?
Yeah.
Now with some people though, again, because of CP and whatever, this can take a very long time. Mackenzie, I'm doing this work now for 5 weeks, but I think it's really starting to show. But this is where, no offense, and this is what I saw in the video,
Yeah.
what the heck are you learning?
Yeah.
You know, there's no variation, sorry, I didn't mean to suddenly grab you. But your system can't react. Your acceleration, even at your level, is not at that level. So do you see just knocking at my thumb in here a little bit, and I'm rotating again the heel towards the groin, and I'm bringing the hip joint towards the groin. There you go. See now, the shift of the knee. Now, are you comfortable on your knees?
Yeah, but I have the tenderness to go be great.
That's okay. That's where your vestibular is going to get information from the ball. Just to see, feel the difference.
It's different, but it's better than before.
Right. And now here's this side. So now I'm going back to the foot. Now see the difference of the leg, the freedom that the leg has. Now what the leg still doesn't have, now see I'm pushing. Ideally when you're on your vestibular, I'm going to push through and the knee comes in, and I pull out and the knee comes out. But right now you're still putting maximum weight on the knee. But however, the leg is free.
Take it to me.
Ideally, I should be able to push the knee through and pull out.
Okay.
But right now, you're not on this leg properly, you're only getting on one leg, so you're not there yet. Feel the difference between this leg, pulling the leg up and around,
Yeah.
and to push in.
Yeah.
So here, feel the tonus difference?
Yeah.
So now that I said that, I can, you know, it's just starting to budge, but I still am not gonna do it until I integrate the right knee. However, I can twist now. Now see, this is a more ideal, you're almost at where you can present the toes for a crawl. That's not my objective today, but at least now you have the space to think about it. Here, there's no space to think about it. I can't even get the foot at a 90-degree angle. Coming back up to the pelvis. This is a very similar move that I've been doing on the elbow, the knee. Feel how, but I'm using the table. Feel how I'm rolling the knee over onto the table. So the objective is not moving the pelvis back and forth, but how I roll over to the knee. There we go. And now I can come in here again. Now I'm going in just, my hand is on the base of your floating ribs going up. And now I'm in here, I'm going to use the ball just this little bit to work on just the elasticity into the small of the back. And come down in between, down around the kidneys. Notice I'm not pushing just into each other, but again, rotating a little bit, so also now the spine's going to have to give off to the side a little bit and bend. Feel how the knee rotates just slightly. What I'm going to do is do one side, let you get up and walk around, just to alleviate you off your knees and go back into the other. Now also you might feel, do you feel as nervous on the ball anymore? Like it's going to go out from underneath you. I'm going to go down the femur here and just wag the tush through the femur. Now this is on all fours if I were to ask you to come to sit onto your right foot. Do you feel that? That's the beginning. So if I was going to bring you down into a sit.
Yeah.
This also now, you're almost shifted completely over here, where it's if the left leg needed to come up into kneel to stand up. Again, notice how the ankle rotates quite nicely. Going back to the foot. Now in this position, now your tush is literally going over the other knee. So feel the difference now, how I can bring the knee out and start to bring the knee in.
Yeah.
I probably have more of a problem with the vinyl table than I do you. But it's still not ideal, and it won't be until I work on the other leg. But now look at how I can bend the foot sideways to bring the toes up for a push.
Yeah.
And then let's see about pulling out. So see what the fall feels like. But see how the knee is available. For me to even think about pulling this knee out, and you're slowly, there you go, learning how to do it. Also, notice how you're almost falling forward too, you're not on your knees anymore. This almost feels like I'm kneading the foot. The tone is just so different, right now, that I can, look at how I can just wag your tail from the foot. And from that, I will let you get up and walk around and come back to this position.
It's tough to, I mean, tough now because very comfortable.
But just this, of learning the freedom here with the foot in all different directions in relationship to, or opposition to the tailbone, that's where you see a lot of these kids. And they're like this, and and they can do all this stuff, and other kids are like, oh, he has sensory integration disorder. Oh, and he just doesn't know where the hell gravity is. And him going out of gravity is, so.
Okay. I go over there.
Assume the position, yes, please. It's comfortable though for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, notice you don't have to be on the knees in standing, you're leaning into the ball. So again, you just have a better relationship with the gravity. And now I'm going on the right leg.
Here we are. The hands like a stone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But see that there? Even my feet just really shifted. Do you feel how you're starting to slide through the pelvis there?
Again.
Even with me applying that pressure going through, I could literally feel my feet sliding as I did it. You know how much the movement goes through me? There we go. Also, notice how quickly your system's reacting. So now with that, I'm going to pull up just a little bit. So, to put the pressure into the ball, and also to work with the extension of through the pelvis, because the pelvis should be able to slide up and slide down. And in this position that you're in right now is probably the easiest way I can facilitate that kind of movement. Because again, when you're on all fours, I should be able to shift my weight and go up because my pelvis slides. But especially people when we start to age, we really lose it. So I'm going to go back here again because I want the direction. It is a different, if I go back here, I could do it this way, but feel the difference of me going into you that way versus pulling up the pelvis. So it's just, feel the difference? And feel how the pelvis can rotate now. So now I'm going to go to the foot. Directly behind the foot. Now I can tell just lifting this leg versus just lifting this leg. Do you feel the difference? So even just the width of my hand is going to be enough of a lesson at the moment. And here you can really feel that the hip joint's not so happy in this movement. To me, I get that staccato. Coming under the knee just a little bit. I'm gonna ask you to bring your knee back up. I pulled it out, I can't get it back underneath, so is it, just go where you're comfortable. Okay.
You should use a towel in the case of, because in some way, I mean, not exactly that, but
The vinyl's
like the skin
interfering.
is getting stuck on this.
Okay.
I don't know, it could be that when it's hot or you have your thumb is painful.
Right here.
No, your,
Here?
it's on this side.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow. Why?
I don't know.
Is it better?
Pain, there is no pain. But if you poke a little bit, then now it seems to be gone. Pain was a little bit pain, but
No, it's still. It's an unusual spot. Back up to your. So again, now I'm pushing into the knee and rolling. I am going to bring you back a bit now to a bit of standing on that. I'm going to roll you back. And just feel. So in this direction, see how slow I have to go to see where the knee is not comfortable presenting over to the floor. And now I can go down to the knee as well, here into the joint, and I have my hand over the iliac crest and rotation back and forth.
where do you put the hand in the knee?
To facilitate more of the calf of the leg to rotate with it,
Oh.
instead of it just separating
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
And also now I can impose, so I can go the opposite. And I'm gonna do that on both sides. At this point now, I'm gonna start working side to side. So now again, feel on this side, bring you back again a little bit into standing. And just over to the knee, and back. come down here into the knee. Same way. And then opposites. And go back. Now I'm going to use the ball to my advantage, so I'm going to bring you over here a little bit, and then down, back again. You let me know if this is too much. And then back over here. Coming on this side. And then back over here. Feel the difference coming to the heel? Here. I'm going to go back over here from this kind of trajectory. Feel coming down over to the heel on this side. Feel a difference? It's hard for you to cross midline. Going into the small of the back over here. Now I'm going to go right here. No, that's not working. So I'm going to come right here, try here. What I'm looking for is the wag of the tail. There we go. And then back again. Circle. Circle the other way. That's a funny noise. So now whenever you're ready, get up and walk around. So what'd you think? It's interesting though, being on all fours and
This one?
Yeah.
Very interesting.
yeah. I'm not gonna do it so long for an hour because of the weight of the head coming over, because again, even for you, I don't wanna put you into failure. I know you can do it. Does that make sense? But I'm still not gonna put you into the position where it's too much and your system starts to collapse.
What do you mean there?
Being on the knees too long for an hour. I wouldn't do a child and I wouldn't do it to an adult. That was a good lesson. I'm gonna put you on the table again. On your side.
If not, the head should drop down.
Well, ideally, the reason a child crawls is because the head always comes up.
Yeah.
So even in this position, I should be able to look at you, my head state, that's a healthy baby, right? An unhealthy baby is this. But even so, being on a ball when you're not used to it, the tendencies want to go down, which
okay.
now starts to round the back of the pelvis. So when that starts to happen, it starts to change the lesson, which is fine. But I like when it's still here versus, okay, I'm starting to fatigue a little bit and I fight a little bit on the pelvis.
Okay.
So with that, I'll take you on your side. But I'm saying, you still can do it, but like I said, even a Mackenzie or an active kid, an hour of belly is a lot for a child. Because once, again, the vestibular and the gravity get to be an issue, you're losing the lesson.